Hey everyone, Halson Pittman here again with Motorsport Media, and I just bought a new lens to replace actually an exceptional lens that just has some problems. So what did I get? Well, here's the lens that I'm replacing. This is the first version of Canon's RF 70-200 2.8, which is probably the number one lens in a pro photographer's bag in terms of a professional shooter, whether that's weddings or motorsports, whatever. But there's one major flaw here. And to go back in time a little bit, a few years ago, Canon's idea with this, there's also an F4 version, which is even smaller. But their whole deal with the original marketing was how it's portable, it's small, it's easy to pack, etc. But it does this. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know of a single professional photographer in any aspect that is worried about the difference of this in their bag versus this in their bag in the grand scheme of things. So why did Canon do that? Honestly, no idea. It is a complete departure from every other 70-200 2.8 that I am aware of. And that goes back into, Mark 1, 2, and 3 of the EF lines, which were exceptional lenses. That was whether they had image stabilization or not on all of those. And even when you go back to the EF lineup of the 70-200, there was an F4 non-IS and IS version, and even that didn't do this. So what are the issues here? First off, for me as a motorsports photographer, this is asking for problems. So obviously there is a seal in here, and this is marketed as weather sealed. It is an L lens. It's expensive. It's nice, but this back in the day, there was a 100-400 that essentially, did this, but you pulled it in and out, and it's called the dust pump. So stuff is going to get in here at a faster rate than it would be if it was an internal zoom. So typically this would be referred to as an external zoom. So sure, it's nice that I have a little more space in my bag when I pack it like this, and I can put something on top of it. But I mean, the real issue here is that this is in most cases not considered professional. So finally, Canon decided, I guess they heard enough about that, and they have produced a 70-200 f2.8. They're not calling it a Mark II in terms of their nomenclature, which they usually would. Has a whole new naming system. So, I mean, maybe there will be a Mark II that does this. They released it recently. It has obviously anything new like that comes out. It's released in limited quantities. I wasn't able to get one until today. So let's go ahead and do a short unboxing and go over that lens and my first thoughts of just being able to hold it in my hand. 70-200 f2.8L IS USM Z, which is interesting because the mirrorless line for Nikon is a Z mount. Kind of weird, whatever, it's not a big deal. These are basically all set up exactly the same way, but warranty card, information on the lens, always well packed. And then of course, inside we're going to get a bag, more packing supplies, but every L lens comes with a carrying case. And now real quick, if you're in here, post a comment below. Do you think I got the white version or the black version? Let's find out. And so with this package, there's a hood. This will come with a strap so that if you wanted to, you could literally carry this around on your back or over your shoulder like a messenger bag. I never do that. I just keep it for resale, so I don't need that. Put that aside. And there it is. A fresh 70-200 internal zoom lens. And I went with the white one. It's the Canon look. The black is interesting. Most of the mid-range zooms of the L line are black, as well as most of their shorter primes, but all of the long ones are white. So this is kind of the iconic look. Went ahead and went with that. Major differences right out of the box, obviously, internal zoom, which is perfect. So just by pure, common sense, this is going to be more weather sealed. All the moving parts are inside, which is perfect for me. They did go up to, it's now an 82mm filter. So I went ahead and grabbed a ND plus CPL, which is what I've been using on the 70-200, other lenses as well. Everything back here appears to be exactly the same. Your zoom range, autofocus, multiple stabilizer modes. There are some additional features on here that I personally won't be using right now, but they do have Canon release a lot of their newest lenses. They have a mount for autofocus and zooming if you're using it as video, so that you can kind of, since you're already holding it like this with your body back here, you can use those video controls. But this is it. It's nice. It's light. Weight-wise in my hand, it feels almost exactly the same. I would say this actually feels a little bit heavier. It does have the filter on there, so it's probably kind of cheating with the weight-wise there. In terms of size, this is the big thing. So this is what you're saving like in a bag or space-wise. But then, of course, when you're actually using it, it's almost exactly the same size. So there's real, for me, again, there's no benefit. I would prefer to have this style lens, and I'm excited to take that to Sebring. I will post this video once I get back. Obviously, we're using it at Sebring. Like I said, this weekend, we can do some comparison photos. I have last year's, which will be using this lens with the exact same but 77 millimeter filter. We can go over those, but I am excited to use this. I've already looked at the results. I've never had a Canon L lens that I was disappointed with after the fact. So I suspect this is just going to be a nice upgrade over this one. And it looks better and it's easily going to fit in my bag. So I'm excited to give it a try. With that said, thanks for watching. If you can, you have time and you enjoy stuff like this, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing some more. As I said, I'll go over some pros and cons after I'm actually able to use it. I don't see any cons that I'm going to have, but I'll try to make some up. For that, it will be featured in my vlog for Sebring. I leave Tuesday, which is the beginning of next week. It's Wednesday now. So go ahead and follow along, and I'm glad you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. And one quick thing in here I did forget, which I was interested to see personally, was this is the old lens hood, and on this new system and new style for the RF, they added this little door here, which is actually extremely useful because when you're shooting with a CPL and you move spots or the lighting changes or where the lighting is, and it's right in front of you, you're shooting into it, shooting backlit, you're shooting with the light. It's nice to be able to just open this door before you'd have to reach in and try to spin it, which sometimes works, not always, or pull off the lens hood, look through it, spin it, and then set it back on. Luckily, Canon has decided to keep that system. So the new one has the exact same system. They still all have the nice, it's actually locked now, which is a big benefit. The other lens would fall off, people would tape in, but it's on there, it's locked. There's a button to release it. And again, they've kept the little door. So for us that are outside constantly using CPLs, that's a huge feature. So I'm glad that they did keep that.